Hello. Happy full moon, everybody. Look who we have here. The gorgeous Tatyana. Is it vote?
Uh, that works. Volk, it's
Voked?
German, it's complicated.
Okay, so the G is not silent. Voked. No? How is it? Say it
I
again.
can't properly pronounce it.
Yes, the giggle. I love your giggle. It makes my day.
I appreciate it.
If you want to introduce yourself, you can go ahead.
Hi, hello, I'm Tatyana. I here on BookTube, I read all kinds of different books, and I'm awkward under pressure.
I love it. I love it. Go subscribe. I think I linked your channel down below. I should have. Either way, go subscribe because her vlogs especially and your I almost said TBR, your wrap up game thing. I guess it is a TBR game, right? It's so many moving parts. I don't know how you do it, but it's so entertaining and I love it.
Yeah,
But
it's been fun to do, yeah.
could never be me. I'd be like, I'm confusing myself. I gotta go. But hello everyone. We are reading. We read, ideally.
Maybe.
So let them burn. We both finished it this morning. So should be pretty fresh, but again, ideally. So most likely not, because it was like 7 a.m. for me, and I was like, I just want it to be over. But yes, okay. So as usual, not structured. I mean, I have a couple questions, but it's chill. I mean, we'll probably go off the rails a little bit. Who knows? I'm running on like barely any food today, so we'll see where this goes. Let me know if you read it in the chat what your ratings are. I am curious to I feel like you saw my Goodreads because you liked okay, because you liked my review prior or after or whatever, and I was like, fuck, I don't know how Goodreads works. Like, I don't know if when you exit, when you like delete it from your feed, if it deletes it from everyone's feed, or if it's so I tried.
It still popped up on mine. So
I tried to be stealthy. I was like, she's not gonna see. Okay, well, you saw. I gave it 2 stars, everybody. What did you give it?
I gave it 3.
Okay, so pretty much the same. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I saw it on your TBR and I was like, perfect. You're part Jamaican. This is a Jamaican author. I was like, yes, let's do it. And then here we go.
Yeah, I was definitely really excited about this one, especially because I'm like, oh, I need more fantasy, more books by Jamaican authors. It's going to be so great. And so, yeah, I'm so excited for this. And I will say that I did hear some not so great reviews. So that made me a little less excited and it did kind of change my expectations. So I did theoretically have a good time regardless, but there were some issues.
Yeah, I heard some like glowing reviews, and I was like, "Oh, ooh, okay, okay." I had one person tell me that's like I should have gotten it from the library, and I did. I got it from the library at first, and then I was like, and then I asked you, and I was like, "Okay, book club pick," so I got to purchase it. I should have listened. I should have kept it from the library. I had it for like months from the library, and then I was like, "Okay, return and purchase." Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I didn't hate it, at least. I'm trying to figure out whether or not I will, because I know it's a debut, right? Like, this is her first novel, and I feel like it was ambitious. I do appreciate some of the ideas that she had. I think there were some cool ideas in here, maybe not the best execution. And so part of me is all like, do I benefit of the doubt and think that, you know, book 2 is going to be better because learning from the experiences? I don't know. But I also listened to the audiobook, which helped.
Me
I am a
too.
lot more forgiving when I'm listening to an audiobook because I'm able to do other things.
Yes. So I was originally gonna be like one of my patrons who then told me later on what said that like she was zoning in and out. So like at first she thought it was supposed to be a British accent. And I was like, I don't think that's supposed to be what it is. So like the audiobook, so like at first I was like, okay, I'm not gonna listen to it on audio because if the British accent is bad, like I'm not even gonna try it. But then I tried it because I was desperate. And I was like, okay, I don't think that's supposed to be British. And she was like, yeah, you're right, probably not. So I did also do the audiobook, and I tabbed a lot for a book I gave 2 stars. So I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Surface level thoughts though. I think my favorite part of this was the drakes. For some reason, I just loved learning about the drakes and like the ins and outs of it and how the stomach opens and that's where the pilots sit and whatever else. But yeah, there weren't much to. Yeah, let me just see everyone else's thoughts. Hello, everyone. Did not read here for the vibes. Oh, I freaking love you. Hello, Roger. Hello, Amber. I read this like a month ago, so I don't remember much. I gave it a low 3. Yeah, I feel like if I were more in the fantasy mood, maybe it would have gotten a 3, but I'm really not. I'm really not. You know, we're both in the romance mindset right now because we're just like easy on the brain, please.
Percent.
I saw your post and I was like, oh my god, she just voiced everything that's in my head right now. If we gave it a 5, I'm so glad you liked it. I'm so glad you didn't waste your time. That sucks. Didn't feel all that Jamaican. No, there we go. Yeah, there was nothing.
Well, there was.
Well, it felt like
Here's one thing that drove me a little wild. And I am Jamaican, right? But I'm Jamaican American. I grew up here. I wasn't fully into everything. And so I take this with a grain of salt. But the fact that everything was based off of the word Irie, which is a derivative of the word all right. How are you doing? Irie star. So it's like they were the Alrightians in the land of all right. I was so confused. I could not get past every time they talked about the Iryans or whatever. I was like,
oh my god.
Am I insane? Like, did I misunderstand this word growing up? Like, I've heard it, like, it's one of the things that I've heard because my uncle's a Rastafarian. And so, like, he's always Irie star. You know, like, it does have deeper meanings past just all right. Like, it's not just all right, but that is how you use it. You ask, how is somebody doing? And they say Irie.
This is why I love choosing, you know, a matchy book to guess because I can't think of words right now. But oh my god, I love that. I love that I know that now. I, that's crazy.
Couldn't get past it.
So that is so funny. Yeah, yeah, I mean other than like the names of things and maybe characters, it felt like a white author to me. Like I mean there was also I did appreciate the commentary on colonization and I still don't know the difference between okay, I always want to say colonialism, but that's not right. Colonization and imperialism. I was like in my vlog I'm like what's the difference? I don't even know. I'm like googling and I mean if you can word it for me in layman's terms, or if anyone wants to explain it to me because googling was so hard. But I did try.
Yeah, I have very surface level understanding of the differences. So
I thought it was like colonies versus like empire. I don't know. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm gonna sound so dumb. But that's 1 star more than what you gave Fourth Wing. Listen, it's funny you say that because wait, have you read Fourth Wing? Tatyana, what did you give it?
I don't remember, but it's okay. I feel bad. I gave it a higher rating than this. I think I gave it 4 stars because I was just mindly into it. Like I knew it was bad.
That's fair. That's what a lot of people are saying. Like just here for the vibes or like just it was fun, but the writing sucked type thing. Like
The shade.
that's Fair. That's fair. Yeah, so I actually was interested in this because one of the reviews, the top reviews I saw was like, this is everything Fourth Wing wanted to be. And I was like, okay, sick. And it's a BIPOC author, like, let's go. It was YA Fourth Wing. But then also the biggest gripe, oh God, the biggest thing for me was when was the fact that it was so redundant. Like, why did we have to repeat every other page that Farron is a good liar and Reeve read a lot of books? Literally, that was everything. Like, why was that more prominent than the world building and the magic?
Also, a good note is that Farron was supposed to be this powerful, god wielding, magical chosen one, and then she couldn't even help Reeve when he was attacked. Like, she just sat there and was like, "Oh my god! Like, stop!" And, like, what? Like, the your entire community in a war that apparently you guys fought and won over, but like your friend is getting his ass kicked by some random dudes and you can't do anything.
Yeah, like she was like, wasn't she like the only one who can wield magic from a particular god or something, and that no one could do, or like all three gods at the same time?
Yeah, she was the god wielder and the chosen one, the only one who could access their power, and yet she was so useless.
I felt like there were definitely some holes in the magic system as well. Like, I don't know if it was just me zoning out, but I felt like nothing was fully developed, fleshed out. Everything felt incomplete by the end. And I get that it's book one and it's like setting things up, whatever. I'm not gonna read book two. I don't know about you. I've decided. Like, fully. I wasn't able to understand the drakes. So at first I thought the drakes were like actual like living beings, like sentient beings, but they're like machines, right? They're like the vehicles, kind of.
That's on the Alrightian sides, right? The Irie the Irie people. That's what her sister wanted to be. She wanted to be a okay.
Yeah. But it was created by Queen Aveline, who's like 16, 17, first of all. And it's like, but also speaking of Queen Aveline, why did she just like disappear by the end of the book? I feel like she wasn't there at all.
Are we in spoilers?
Yes, spoiler alerts. Spoiler time. No, we're at the comments. Okay. Spoiler time. Yes. Let's go into it. Full send.
I feel, wasn't she was there because, okay, I don't know if I totally understood exactly what happened, but the dragon and its owner tricked her into whatever, brings them over there, and then it finds out that the guy from the dragon side was in on it, and the queen was there. Like, what? Wasn't that like the reveal was like that, right? Where he was all like, she comes in and she's like, guess what? All of this bad stuff is happening. And he's all like, hey, 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 I know. And then the queen's all like, oh no. Yeah. Or was she in on it too? I don't know.
I really don't even know what those reveals were. The political stuff, like, just my eyes and ears just glaze over all the politics for any book. And this was no exception for sure. But also I thought Queen Aveline and Farron were gonna kiss at some point, but apparently she had a thing with Halara. So I was like, okay, well that's breaking sister and girl code. Like, so I thought she was gonna be, I don't know. And then there was the reveal of like something with Halara at the end. I don't even know. Hold on. Sorry. The fact that like Farron kept like patronizing her own sister about the fact that she's not a good liar and that she's a goody goody and she doesn't know how to do this and that. And then Halara, of course, is the underdog who like becomes maiden Empyrean or whatever. Also, Empyrean, really? Like Fourth Wing? You couldn't pick any other word? Are you fucking...
The names were just so Yeah.
Sorry, so much went into that, like, one little spiel, but, like, I don't know what I'm saying. This has no chronology. My thoughts have no chronology, but yeah. Bookish Realms, Goodreads review, really I kinda wanna look it up now. Ashley has some good thoughts, so let me look her up. Okay. Oh wait, I guess I could just go to the book. I'm curious. I'm curious.
I will say while you're looking that up, one of the things that got me, because I was so excited, again, a book by a Jamaican author, I was very frustrated that they would be talking in academic, high English. And then there'd be a note about, like, oh, it was spoken in a perfect patois dialect. And I was like, those are two very different things. And that sounds nothing like the Jamaican dialect patois. Like, not at all. Like,
Oh,
off. I was like, give me a little bit of the dialect, just a little bit.
damn. I wonder if that's like an editor thing or like a marketing thing since it's a debut.
I
I wonder if she had it originally, like
maybe.
better, representation originally, and then they had to be like, oh, it's a debut. You gotta like
Well,
Americanize.
also it's all like, oh yeah, most of the audience isn't going to understand the Jamaican dialect, but I've read some things that have done a good job where it's just like there's some moments so that you are reminded of it, and then they'll translate if
Yeah,
it's something that's that confusing.
yeah.
Could have done it.
Yeah, it wasn't very risky of this author. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to give it the benefit of the doubt, like you said. Also, Ashley's review is like a freaking dissertation. So I will read that later because I love Ashley's thoughts. Oh my friends, I wanted to love this book more than I did. I've been looking for a Jamaican inspired fantasy that really does it for me, but unfortunately this wasn't it. Is the first blurb of it.
Yeah, I think I may have skimmed a little bit of her review. I agree with some of it. I think that of the two sisters, gosh, you said it so many times.
Halara and Farron?
I feel like she was the more interesting character. Like Alara's story, seeing her, like she's like, oh, my sister has, is the chosen one, and she's so important and all of this stuff. And she's like, I want to have purpose as well. The fact that she was also the older sister, I thought that that was a nice touch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I I remember like thinking that I was like, oh, she's older. Like I think I said that in my vlog actually. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And Farron was technically supposed to be the main character, so that's awkward.
Yes. Like I feel like it should have been switched 100%. Yeah, I agree with you, Amber. Amber flower wine. Nice.
Story much more, yeah. Okay, let's go. Colonization equals complete control over another country. Imperialism equals formal/informal economic and political control over another country. Google was my phone a friend. See, I tried to Google it and none of it made sense to me. But this makes sense to me. Complete control versus okay. See, that's confusing because imperialism feels more wait, it's formal or informal? Economic. I don't know. Okay. I'm just dumb.
So I wonder if that's kind of like for the imperialism is like, oh, I have trading, like I'm trading with the place next to me, but I have a resource that's more important. So I am able to gain control by making them require my resources, and then I can withhold it unless they do what I want them to, that kind of thing.
As opposed to like totally just invading
Yeah,
indigenous people's
correct.
territory. Okay.
I could be wrong though. You guys don't.
So like imperialism's little pieces. It's not fully. See, that doesn't make sense. Imperialism feels like empire to me. Like that should be the whole entire thing. So that's why it's confusing to me. I feel like that should be switched too. God, English is stupid.
Colonization.
Just sounds like a colony, like a little piece of a country.
That's
So
fair. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
yeah, so yeah, English is dumb. Her character concept was so cool, being a chosen one, but in a unique way, but was boring.
The concept. I think that's, and I am like, I will say, I think the concepts are strong, and I will definitely read from this author in the future because I feel like she has the potential to make some pretty good things once she like gets the hang of it.
Yeah.
No, though, if I'm thinking book, the sequel, or if I'm gonna wait. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't made that decision yet.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep me posted on that one. How is this supposed to be a duology, or is it? Let me see.
I don't know.
I mean, we would hope it's just a duology. How did you feel about the dragons, though? Did you like the dragons?
I don't think we got enough of them. I think that's one of the reasons why, and this is going back to Fourth Wing, I won't say much because we're not about this book, but why I liked that book is there was more elements with the dragons, right? There was more of a connection. In this book, we had so much potential to do things with these dragons, and there was a little bit, but there was, I guess that's kind of true for a lot of the relationships in this book specifically, is that we got hints at relationships that could be really nice and really engaging, and they just didn't go anywhere, right? Like I didn't feel for the dragon and her. I didn't feel for, there was kind of a moment with her and there's two writers for a dragon, and they had like a little moment that was kind of nice, but not really. Farah and Reeve, I liked the idea of that, but there wasn't enough.
There was no chemistry. I was like, when they kissed, I'm like, really? Of course they are. Like, why is this here? It was so unnecessary. Like, I felt nothing. I wanted Farron and fucking Aveline to get together. Like, I wish she broke sister code. That would have given us some spice. Like, some petty drama. Would have loved that.
Also, the idea of the gray one, the bad guy, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
one in her head. That also could have been a cool idea if there felt like some sort of chemistry with her and working with him, because apparently he like fell for her. And I was like, wait, how? Like you guys never interacted. I know you were teaching her stuff, but like it was so clinical. Like,
wait, did he fall for her? I thought it was.
Yeah, because the dragon was all like, the only reason why you're still around is because he has feelings for you or something like
was
that.
That Reeve incarnating?
But I thought so he took Reeve's body. So Reeve was technically in there, but he was talking about the gray one had developed feelings while he was teaching. Am I wrong, you guys?
Oh, maybe. Maybe that's, see, okay, I remember. So I tabbed the part where he was like, yeah, he fell for you. He has feelings. He's in love with you, whatever. Where the hell did it go?
Because I was under the impression that Reeve was pushed down. Like he wasn't fronting. Like they just used his body at that point. Like he was in there, but he wasn't, like they didn't care about him. And the person that they were talking about, I thought was the gray one. Also, I think you're both correct. Well, yeah, because Reeve definitely had feelings for her, but
oh, you're both correct. Oh no.
Maybe.
Okay. I don't know. Huh. So who kissed her?
Well, I guess it depends on when the kiss was. Did Reeve kiss her before he got?
I think they held hands. She darted forward. 323. Chemistry where is what I wrote.
Okay, yeah. So it was Reeve that kissed her before the gray guy. Okay. I love that I'm calling him the gray guy. It is gray something.
Gray Saint.
Gray Saint. Thanks,
Wait, Gray Saint, and then his name was Aya, right? Or did Aya?
I apologize. I am terrible with names. I don't even read them when I read. Like I just skim over the name.
Listen, same. I try so hard for book club picks to at least remember the main ones. But okay, wait. Where did we go? I tried to forgive her character because she was younger. Yeah, no, we can't be doing that, Samantha. We gotta take it at face value.
Well, also because the backstory made it sound like she did something, right? Like I would have forgiven it more if this was her origin story, but that already happened. We missed that. That was off page.
Yeah. Like how did we get here? Like and it kind of explained, like it kind of tried to explain, like she was
the first one to pray to us. We heard you first. So they picked the 12-year-old girl who managed to pray to them first and was all like, you are the God-bearing chosen one.
And then Halara had to fucking kill her? And like, but then so first Farron had to kill Halara, right?
Yes, that was the first request, is they were like,
the dragon bond.
She's bonded with the dragon, we must kill her.
Yeah, because she had the Fury. The Fury concept was kind of cool that like, but like also, what?
That was really cool. I forgot that was a thing.
I was like, the Fury by Alex Michaelides, but no, it was cool that like, okay, the Lightbringer. Actually, I don't even know. Did I like that the Lightbringer was the and it was like a little like it was like a big twist thing that like the Lightbringer was the reason. Was the Lightbringer a dragon? Yes, right?
I think so. That was.
And he was the reason that the Fury came, but like everyone thought that it was the Grey Saint that brought the Fury, and then the twist, the big reveal. I was like, okay, really? This is where we were going.
That didn't hit hard at all. I was just like, okay.
Okay, a dragon brought the dragon curse or disease or whatever. Ooh, good one. Got me. But so yeah, but the fact that like it's a permanent bond and Halara was gonna get this infection and couldn't do anything about it, and then Farron was supposed to kill her, but then it switched and Halara was supposed to kill Farron for some reason. It was just messy. All of it was messy.
Yeah.
Economics. Sorry, you can say what you were gonna say. Were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I was just agreeing that it was
okay.
messy.
I clicked on the comment as you were saying something. So, political control and economics exploitation along with settlers. Okay, imperialism is like the political practice / ideology of this, and can happen militarily / settler as well as diplomatically. Wow, lots of big words, Amber. Lots of big words. But okay, I just have to switch it in my brain. The part versus whole thing. It's confusing, really. Thank you for this validation. I feel seen. I really did how Farron's character was a little bit of a critique of the chosen one trope. Elaborate. Because I felt like it was the classic chosen one trope where it would just happen, like poof, I was the chosen one. It was not really.
Also because we like missed that. Like I know there's the someone said that they appreciated that happened beforehand, and I feel like I would have as well if Farron was more developed. Like if it made sense, because she didn't feel like that stuff happened beforehand.
No.
We didn't experience it with her. The way that she was didn't make sense to me because I just assumed her to be a strong, powerful character, but she's very much just a child who just happened to get these like powers. And I don't think the setup was very strong for that.
I agree. Yeah, like her superpower was lying. She had all this other shit that she could do, but like she kept emphasizing the fact that she's a good liar. Oh my god. When Halara snuck out that first time and she was just like all high and mighty, like, oh, our mom gets up at this time and like you better get back to bed because she's gonna check at this time. And it's like, okay.
Like, you thought you could trick me? I'm the best liar in this household. Like, how dare you?
Okay, we understand. We see the flex. We see it.
It's a weird flex, but okay, go off.
And then Reeve reading all the time. Ugh, God, like we get it. He's bookish, and it was cute the first couple times you mentioned he was like nose in book, couldn't let go of this book, and then there was one. Where was it? There was one like supposedly romantic scene, and it compared him to like it was like as much as all the books he's ever read or something like that. I don't remember where it's at. It's probably my dark purple tab. Let's see.
That's hilarious. I feel like I must have missed that. Samantha, that's hilarious. Y'all are saying so much, but I remember so very little.
Yeah, this is definitely a forgettable story, I must say.
But I will say again, and part of that's probably because I went in knowing that it was a debut book, and then also having heard negative reviews, I did enjoy this experience for the most part. I did tune out some stuff, I'm not gonna lie.
I
But
was
it was a good thing to just listen. Like, I just was like, we're just gonna not think too much about it and let it be in the background. So
again,
it is
face value. Oh, the wait. The chair sank under her, already accustomed to the weight of no, sorry, wrong, wrong quote. Wrong quote. Damn it. See, I do all these tabs and I'm like, I'm gonna use them during this live show and it's gonna be great and I'm gonna look so smart. And then I do this. And it's the complete opposite. Never mind. Forget it. Where are we? I had zero idea. If I didn't have the audiobook, in my head it was Empyrean until I got the audiobook, so Bree, hello. Do you know 60% tried twice? I bow down, honestly. A for effort. I appreciate you for trying, and I don't blame you at all. 60% though, that is a chunk. I love you for trying. Hello. We got like one dragon really. Yeah, Zephyra. Yeah, I mean, of course she had to talk. And of course it had to be all in italics. I hate that. I hate italics in books more than a lot of things. Like I will take no quotation marks over italics any day for dialogue and stuff. Yeah. I hate it. At least it wasn't as cringy as Fourth Wing people talking. I do wish she had a little more like personality though, Zephyra. She was just kind of like there to provide information for Alara and Signy. Did you feel the chemistry between Alara and Signy? Because yeah, same. Me neither.
I mean, like, I didn't feel chemistry through. Like, part of me at first, I was like, "Oh yeah, there's going to be a strong sister bond. This is going to be great." And then I feel like we didn't get much of that throughout the actual story. And then I was like, "Oh, there's this nice dynamic with her and Reeve, the friend that enemies to lovers sort of thing." Which I was like, "Oh, it's not that enemies." And I'm like, "Okay, well, it's a little silly." And I was like, "Oh, there's no chemistry." And then I was like, "Oh, now there's the thing between her and more enemies to lovers, but they're bonded together with their dragon." And I was like, "That's cool." And then I was like, "Oh, we're not getting much of that either." That was
Yeah. What? Sorry, what was the last
that was my experience. Yeah, oh no, not really. Oh yeah, no, not really.
The roller coaster, the tease. Yeah, like literally the moment she saw Signy, she was like, "Oh, this is the most beautiful Langlish woman I've ever seen." And then that was it. And then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh," she was like telling Farron, she's like, don't be too mean," or whatever she said. And she's like, "I'm gonna ask her on a date," or whatever. And I was like, why? How? When? You guys talked twice. God. The Grey Saint did have feelings for her, but also Reeve is in there somewhere after he's possessed or whatever. Okay, yeah. See, I missed the whole possession part until it was revealed at the end. So
I wonder if it had something to do with the first time, because when Reeve got beat up, and then she was all like, "I need to save him, but if I move him, I could hurt him more." And so she asked the Grey Saint to help, and he was like, "Well, I can possess him and I can move him without harming him, but like it might be awkward." And so he got into his body, he walked to the infirmary, and then saved him or whatever. And I wonder if because he did that, he had an easy in the future, but it wasn't explained. I was just like, "Oh, I wonder if they were connected that way or not," but I could be making that up. Like,
ugh. Okay, well, I feel better about missing it then. If you say it's not explained.
yeah, it also just kind of was there. I was like, "Oh, he's in the body now."
Yeah, I think the thing that was the most explained, I don't even know. I feel like the Fury might have been the most explained and how the Drakes work. I don't even know. Maybe the wars. I don't even know. Like everything just felt like almost there, like 80% explained, maybe, if that. So the Barnes and Noble I went to last time, I found out what? I found out there's an indie bookstore in the same town. Hell yeah. Kind of random, but hell yeah. I kind of like the war was before What? I kind of like the war. Oh, that the war was before the books. Oh, that's what you were saying, the comment. Indie books. Yeah, isn't it the Saturday indie bookstore day? Today's World Book Day. Happy World Book Day, everybody.
There's a whole thing in Minneapolis where you go to different indie bookstores, and I'm doing that tomorrow for a vlog.
Like a book crawl? Like an indie bookstore crawl?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
so
They've got like a passport and you do stamps. Oh, so excited.
That is so fun. I've seen that around, but I don't want to go to Chicago. I don't want to go down the city. But I do want to do that one day. I've been buying so many books lately, like so many books. Y'all are saying so much. I feel like I'm so behind. I found it hilarious. These gods and goddesses just didn't give a fuck about what these sisters wanted to do. The humans are just pawns. Yeah, and then they like came down as actual humans to Halara at the end. We're just like, hello, I'm here. And like then you get the descriptions of like their physical, like their physicality and stuff. And it was just right. I thought we were in Farron's perspective at first until they were like, oh, you gotta kill Farron. And I'm like, I thought we were Farron. I was so confused by the end. Hello, Pam. Thanks for coming. Zephyr is giving Alexa. She just pops in for some. Yes. This is so accurate. Oh my god. Yeah, she would just randomly like Halara would think of a question in her head and then all of a sudden Zephyr would just be like, here's your answer. Exactly. God. Janet from The Good Place. Wait, have I seen this show? I think I've seen this show, but I don't remember who Janet is. Do you? No? Connected since Reeve's birth because the parents had asked for help when he was sick and the dragon relic that he wore was the key. I do remember a relic being worn.
Yeah, because there was that whole element with the father. So and this is something that I may have missed because I remember that she overheard the dad, being like a dick to him, basically. Hopefully I could cuss him.
Yes.
Yes. But she overheard that, and then it was like, oh, he's not on the same side. And then right before or after, when he was taken over by the Gray Saint or whatever, there was something that made it seem like he was in on it, sort of. And I think the reason why I think that is because of that information, the being connected because of the parents. But it wasn't clear to me. Like I was just like, huh, okay. And then I just kind of moved on, I guess.
A lot of this book, I was like, hopefully Tatyana understands this more than I do. That's me. I don't know why I keep choosing fantasy books for this book club. I just regret it every month. Every single month. God, Bonesmith wasn't that bad last month. I actually followed that one, but it's very rare. I think in general the book could use a lot more detail in what's happening. We got a lot of feelings, but not a lot of action, like the actual things that the character does. Yes. Yes. All of that, yes. Oh, Pam was actually the one who she started it way before I did, and then she pointed out this one quote that was really good. The best quote of the book, in my opinion. Page 82. Being forced to learn the language of your oppressors is an oppression of the mind. They rewrite your history when you're too young to know what you're giving away, and before you know it, it's too late to reclaim what you've lost. That hit.
Yep. That's a good quote.
Probably the only thing that hit, but it was a hit. That was one of my 2 stars. We have one too in Denver. Fun. That's so exciting. Looking forward to Indie Bookstore Day in Minneapolis. Oh, maybe you guys could do a meetup. You're also not that far from me. I don't know why I thought you were in the East Coast or something.
Oh.
I don't know why. Halara and Farron did a switcheroo. Oh my gosh, that just unlocked a memory. Did you ever read the Katie Kazoo switcheroo books?
I don't know if I have, but that's a great title.
I loved those books. It was this freckly redhead girl, and she every book was her switching to a different body of someone in her life. Yeah. They were fun. Wow, that just unlocked. This indie bookstore I found has book signings quite often, it looks like, too, which I'm definitely here for that all day. Love that. And I hope it's not too bad of a commute either. That'd be fun. That was the peak of the book. Exactly. Page 82 out of 386, I think. Yep, 386. Unbelievable. That kept me going. Big sigh for this book. That quote indeed. I was like, there's got to be more where this came from. Yeah, and then there wasn't. And then there wasn't. I almost put like a social commentary tab, and I was like, glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, for the one quote.
Right. What else? What questions do I have? Similar recs. Do you have any recs that are better, maybe? Also, your sweater is so freaking cute.
Oh, thank you.
No, Pam, I am not. But Tatyana is thinking about it.
Maybe. We'll see.
But yes, if you want to like brainstorm a little bit, I know I just put you on the spot, but I do have some answers. Oh, Fireborn. I've heard this one's good. I forgot the author, but I've heard good things about this one. I wrote down Sing Me to Sleep by Gabby Burton because of the sister dynamic. A way better sister. I don't know. I don't have siblings. Are you an only child?
I'm the oldest.
Oh.
3.
See, so sister dynamics really don't, like, I don't really pay attention to them because they don't really do anything for me since I'm an only child. But Sing Me to Sleep has the same sister dynamic. The plot and, like, the overall writing, I like in that one better. Children of Blood and Bone, I put down because of the young queen / princess. I think she was a princess in Children of Blood and Bone, but I loved that book. That was the fantasy that got me into fantasies. Another sisterly one was Kingdom of the Wicked, where she has to save her sister. And same with Feybound, with sisters and animal companions. And I loved Feybound. So. How about you?
I am drawing a blank.
That is okay. That is very okay.
Right. I do like fantasy. I feel like I'm reading more of it recently, but I don't think I fully found my thing yet in fantasy. I haven't read that much in the grand scheme of things.
Here I was picking a fantasy because I thought that was your main genre. I know nothing about Tatyana, everybody. Nothing.
I'm all over the place with my reading. I'm still trying to figure things out, but it's fair though because I have a lot of fantasy on my TBR right now, so like it makes sense that you would pick that. It's like don't worry.
I'm a new fan. Okay, this is literally the first time we're talking or anything. Yeah, so give me a break, okay? I hated this cover. Gives me a headache. I also hate this cover. Like it feels claustrophobic.
A lot's going on. I don't hate it, but yeah, a lot's going on.
They also could have picked a different color scheme. Also, someone told me that this looks like me. And I mean, I kind of see it. I kind of see it, but just because like the shape of the eyes, maybe. But I don't know. I don't. Yeah. Rosaria Munda. What's that? I've never heard of that one. Rosaria, but Janet's politics. Yikes! Politics heavy. Oh, that's the author. Fireborn. Okay, I'm dumb. Fireborn on my TBR next month. It's politics heavy though. Okay, maybe a library situation for that one then, and we'll see. Because it's a trilogy, I think, maybe. Duology? Trilogy. For the War and Dragons part, so good. See, like, war and politics is hard for me. Like, fight scenes, I don't really like fight scenes in books. They have to be really good. And, like, I have to be really invested in characters. Like, usually in war scenes, I'm like, unless someone's, like, brutally dying, I'm not. I'm not here.
Granted, I don't know if this makes sense because it's not sisters, but for familial, there's the is it Six Crimson Cranes?
Ooh, by Elizabeth Lim.
Yeah, it is very YA and more fairy tale feeling,
Mm.
but it is very family heavy because the whole curse is about saving her brothers.
And there's dragons in the second book at least, I think, right?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
own both of them because I was on a dragon kick at one point, and I bought both of them for some.
Also, the prequel, I
Oh, there's a prequel.
think has some. Yeah, I love the prequel. But I apparently really like Elizabeth Lim's writing, even though it's funny because I'm like, I'm not a big fan of YA, and then like her stuff feels very YA, and for some reason I'm totally okay with it.
There are a lot of good ones out there. You just gotta find them. I've never read Elizabeth Lim, but I own those two books, and then I was interested in Spin the Dawn at one point. I thought that was interesting, but I'm also not a fan of like fairy tale-esque type books though. So
Yeah, I feel like her writing is leans very fairy tale. So
well, I'll give it a shot because Asian author, so why not? Great Rex, thank you. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Six Crimson Cranes. I should. I always see it and I always look at it and I'm like, oh, gorgeous cover. I think I have a matching bookmark too. I think it was like in one of my Pango orders. And yet here we are. What else did I write down? Continue series, Dragon. I already. Yeah, wow. Pretty much asked everything. Did you have a favorite character?
I think I was gonna say her sister because I felt like her sister, Alana,
Halara.
Halara. I forgot it again. I really am bad with names, you guys.
It's okay.
I feel like she was the most interesting. I feel like she was also the most developed. Like she should have been the main character just because of how much there was going on with her story compared to everybody else. It was the most fleshed out. Not that it didn't have holes, but of all of the characters. And then there were several that had the potential, but there just wasn't enough to them. Like I think Reeves could have been a cool character, but he was very one-dimensional. So
yes, his one personality trait was reading. Yeah, I think mine was Alara too. I wonder if the only reason she wasn't the main character was to like give that little twist of like, oh, she's the older one, but she's the underdog. Yeah. I hope Dragon Fruit does better for this book club. It's the last fantasy pick for a long while, y'all. Just because it was pre-planned. Pam is actually my guest host next month. This book belongs to Pam. Go subscribe to her as well. But yeah, we'll hope. I mean, there's a little bat companion, I think, in Dragon Fruit. And it's a Hawaiian author. So I'm hoping. How would Fear the Flames compare besides being better an adult? Oh my god. Characters are better. Have you read Fear the Flames? Maybe not, probably not. Everything was just better. I mean, I will say that I feel like the dragons didn't come until the end for Fear the Flames, but it is a first in a series as well. Fear the Flames is like a heist. It's definitely simpler, like easier to easier to follow. The friend group is so much stronger. Like all the characters are way more developed. There's a platonic male-female friendship, which is adorable. It is like more enemies to lovers-ish. It's kind of insta-lovey, but I don't mind that if it's done well, and it was done well to me because I love my Caden. Caden. Sorry. I'm like, I love him. I don't even know his name. But yes, I highly recommend Fear the Flames to anyone involved. To anyone listening. There's this one called The Bloodborne Dragon, but I can't remember the author off the top of my head at the moment. Everland Cycle, J.C. Rycroft. There are a lot of dragon books out there, but like a lot of them, like I just DNF Dragonfall. So disappointing. I watched the movie for Damsel, also disappointing. But ooh, I like the cover of this. A bond. Are all dragon books like with a bond? Because I'm kind of over that trope. Like, can't they just be dragons on their own? Why do they need to be connected to humans?
There's it's embarrassing, don't judge me, guys, but when I was younger, there's a book called, I think it's called Dragon's Bait, and it's like a dragon romance. But like the
Two dragons?
shapeshifter, and
Oh.
it's so cute.
Party up for dragon romances. Wait, like, so two dragons?
No. So the story is the girl in this family is like, witch hunt situation. And so they're like, oh, we're going to sacrifice you to the dragon. And so they tie her up on a stake, and the dragon comes and is all like, I don't want to eat you. And they end up doing an alliance. And so he like helps her to get revenge. It's so cheesy, but it was like one of my favorite books growing up. I haven't read it in a while, but they didn't have a bond. Like he was his own thing, but
what was it? Dragon's Bane?
Dragon's Bait, because she was the bait for the dragon. Yeah, it was. I had a crush on the dragon.
Oh my gosh, cute. Vivian Vandy Velde?
I think so. That sounds right. I don't know for sure though.
What a name. Oh my gosh, that's funny. My favorite. Oh, wait. I want her to be the heroine, and then the whole plot is getting his father out of prison. I'm crying. For what? For Dragon Fruit or for this book? Oh, is she from Guam? Or are they from Guam? I thought it was Hawaii. Oh, not just dragon. I need to put in Dragon Fruit book because all these fruits just came up. Is it Guam or Hawaii? I'm curious now. I don't know. Oh no. Oh, okay. I saw this like really difficult character name, but they shortened it to Sam, so we're good. We're good.
Yeah, it says grew up on the Pacific island of Guam.
Oh.
Far from the equator, holds a degree in journalism and library science.
Oh.
Currently lives in Portland, Oregon.
Okay, well, I have misspoken. I apologize. I don't know where I got Hawaii from. I feel like I saw that on like the dust jacket, but I guess not. I DNF'd, which is steeped in gold. But that was a long time ago before I read like more fantasy, so I don't know, maybe I'll try again. I do own it. I own do I own a special edition? I don't think so. But yeah.
That's on my TBR for like last month or something. It's a catch up. I have to catch up and read it, and I have the special editions of it, so I'm hoping I like it.
Oh man, yeah, you gotta let me know because I would try it again. I was interested. It was just I was reading it like really late at night too, and I was just like, I'm confused. Gotta go. I was buddy reading it with someone, and yeah, and I enjoy. We just steeped in gold. It took me 2 years. 2 years.
I would have given up.
I think the longest I've taken for a book was either Babel, when I read it from like November to, I don't even know. No, I don't know. I think like 6 to 8 months was how long it took either Babel or Akawar.
I just realized I'm talking shit. I'm halfway through House of Leaves, and I started that for Kayla's book club in like 2022.
I remember when she had it as a pick. I'm crying. What page are you on? Do you know? Oh, you said halfway through. I got to page 13 and I put that down. But I do want to continue. I mean, I bought it. But I just need the courage. You're already about. Stop it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we're not gonna acknowledge it. We're not gonna but thank you. I've been in the middle of it for a while, but it seems to be steeped more in the Jamaican culture. I'm not sure though. Yeah, I don't know because one of my Caribbean creator friends said that it had some like weird representation in that, but also in Feybound, like the Obea or whatever, was also misrepresented. But I was like, Feybound was so good otherwise. So I don't know anything. Hello. Thanks for joining. House of Leaves took me ages too. I mean, it would take anyone ages. I don't know anyone who read it in like less than a month.
Seriously.
My longest. Well, how long did it take Kayla to read it? Probably like fucking 2 days. My longest running book so far is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill at 1 year. Oh man, that's a big book too. I dated an accountant who wanted to read this, and I think he bought it. Yeah. Maybe if I'd finish it, I'd be rich. That's what I thought. That's what I thought when I read You Are a Badass at Making Money. And yet, here we are, struggling. Twice back to back.
Of course.
I don't know why I'm surprised, but I'm surprised. That's wild. That's wild. Samantha, aren't you the one who made a vlog of reading or reviewing all of the Literally Dead Book Club picks, or am I totally wrong? This would be awkward if I was totally wrong. I'm like 90% confident. But anyway, I think that's all. I wanted to say. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, this was so much fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got to sprint or something again. Less pressure, less sweat, you know? Yes, subscribe to Tatyana if you haven't already. I will see y'all on the 1st of the month when I do my 1st of the month sprints on the YouTubes. And next month for Dragon Fruit. I'm scared. Oh wow, look at me knowing shit about stuff. But okay, thank you, Pam. Thanks everyone. Happy full moon. I'm hungry, so we're gonna go. Okay, bye.